Okay, welcome. Today we're doing a deep dive into reflection, using a really fascinating piece of source material. It's some lyrical excerpts from Alison McLean's Gray Days, a song of reflection.
Right.
And we're not looking at the music theory here or, the performance side. We're treating these words almost like a philosophical
To
text.
see what they tell us, yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
What insights do they offer about maybe prioritizing stillness in a world that's kind of obsessed with excitement?
And what grabs you straight away, like you said, is this tension, this contradiction it sets up right from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You get these descriptions of intense, almost palpable energy. There's magic, there's excitement.
Yeah, you can feel it.
But then the song's whole message sort of pivots, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
moves away from those highs and puts the real value on the quieter moments, the muted ones.
Right. And that's our mission today, really, to unpack that pivot for you. We want to understand why the author, Alison McLean, is claiming these gray moments,
Mm-hmm.
why she thinks they're not just downtime, but actually essential.
The necessary ingredient, she suggests.
Yeah, for deeper living.
It's quite a challenge, isn't it?
Right.
To the way we usually think. We often see anything gray, unscheduled time, maybe something visually a bit dull as, well, a failure, or something to just get through.
Something to avoid.
So this song is saying, hang on, maybe avoiding it is actually blocking us, blocking access to real insight.
Okay, so let's dive into that opening. The atmosphere it sets. The lyrics pull us right into this feeling of anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
It says, there is magic in the air. And specifically, we feel our excitement in the atmosphere. That's not passive, is it? It feels shared, almost bubbly.
Effervescent, yeah. It's that feeling we often chase, right?
Yeah.
And the text anchors it precisely. It says, it happens as the night brings us into day.
That transition point.
Exactly. That phrase feels significant. It's not just morning, it's the moment of transition. It suggests maybe a metaphorical awakening, a fresh start.
A clean slate feeling.
Yeah, everything feels charged with possibility. You're meeting the morning head on.
I definitely get that anticipation vibe. But I also wonder, is the author maybe capturing the pressure of anticipation too?
How do you mean?
Well, when we talk about magic in the air, sometimes that comes with this feeling that you have to capitalize on it. You have to be productive. You have to feel upbeat. There's an expectation.
Oh, that's a really interesting reading. And the text does seem to reinforce that initial high pretty soon after, right? It uses lines like, upbeat magic in the air, excitement in the atmosphere.
Right. It confirms it.
So you're right. It sets up that high energy state as the kind of expected default for this new beginning.
But then, bang, right in the middle of all that sparkle and energy.
Comes the shift.
Yeah, the tonal shift that changes the whole focus.
And structurally, that pivot is just crucial. It feels like the poet uses that high energy opening to set the stage for what the song is not ultimately about.
Like a contrast setup.
Exactly. It creates this necessary tension, the outward rush, the excitement versus this inward pull that comes next. The excitement is there, it's real, but it's presented as secondary. Secondary to the value you get from the quieter stuff.
The less visually arresting moments, yeah.
Okay, so the emotional stage is set. Then we move into the visuals, and this is where that contradiction gets really interesting, I think. It's not just a mood, it's a palette.
Yes.
The description of the morning is gorgeous. It says we see the grays, oranges, pinks, and purple play.
And what's fascinating there is how those colors are immediately mixed together. The grays aren't like an interruption. They're not a storm cloud suddenly appearing.
No, they're listed right alongside the bright ones.
Alongside the vivid dawn or dusk colors, oranges, pinks, purple, they're part of the same scene.
It's almost like the gray isn't the absence of color, but maybe color operating in a lower key, if that makes sense.
That's a perfect way to put it. The author isn't saying gray replaces the color. It's integral. The gray is part of the beauty of the transition. Visually, think about it. The grays might actually be what make the orange and purple pop. They provide that contrast, that sort of negative space. So they're part of the process of beauty, not just taking away from it.
Exactly. If everything was just blindingly pink, you wouldn't see the nuance, would you?
True. And the visual scope keeps widening, too, beyond just those colors. We get details like the glow in the morning sun, which sounds lovely, warm, inviting, followed by where we stretch our view in an endless sea of blue. That sounds vast, not a small, contained scene.
Right. It suggests openness, limitless possibility, perhaps, or maybe limitless information coming in.
And that vastness feels important.
Yeah.
If we connect this back to reflection, this stretching view, this endless sea of blue. Maybe that wide open space is what actually helps the internal work.
It's like clearing your mental desktop, maybe.
Yeah.
You have all these inputs, the stunning colors, the huge expanse, and right after these big visual descriptions, the lyrics mention a collection of images.
Ah, okay. So the outward scene helps the inner gathering. The eyes see the world, but the mind is collecting.
Precisely. The broad perspective, the mix of vibrant color, and the necessary gray.
Mm.
It all seems to feed into some kind of memory retrieval or creative processing.
Give me a big canvas for that.
You do. And the implication seems to be that those high-energy, purely upbeat magic moments, maybe they don't allow for that collection process. They only allow for the experience itself.
Whereas the gray,
The gray is the processing unit.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, we can all agree seeing pinks and purples is nice, but now we really need to get to the core of it, the thesis.
The main point.
Yes, what drives the whole song. Why we're calling this a song of reflection. The most crucial statement, and it's repeated, isn't it? It's simple, but profound. We know it's those gray days that bring great reflection.
That's the punchline, really.
Yeah.
And it directly challenges our default settings, you know? We instinctively value the exciting, high-energy pink and purple days. But McLean insists it's the gray days, the quiet ones, the mundane ones, maybe even the slightly difficult ones that are the source of genuine insight.
But why? I mean, thinking about the structure, why couldn't the poem say it's the exciting days that bring great reflection because we have so much to process afterwards? Why specifically the gray days?
Well, I think it's because reflection needs low stimulus, doesn't it? When we're caught up in the upbeat magic, all our energy is directed outwards. We're engaging, reacting, living in the experience.
Right, you're busy experiencing.
But reflection, by its very nature, is internal. You can't be rushing headlong into that endless sea of blue and at the same exact time be diving deep into your inner collection of images. It doesn't work like that.
So the gray is the color of necessary stillness.
Mm.
It's the time when the world isn't constantly demanding your attention with flashy colors or loud noises or urgent tasks.
Exactly that. Think about how we even use the term gray days in everyday talk. It often implies quiet, maybe a bit of an overcast mood, or just a monotonous routine.
Yeah, usually not positive.
But here, the author is completely reframing that monotony. It's seen as an opportunity. It's the space created by the absence of blinding excitement that allows for that critical assessment.
It's the scaffolding for meaning.
That's a great way to put it. It's the scaffolding upon which we build meaning from experience.
That reframing alone is such a powerful takeaway for you, the listener, especially today, right? In this age where we're constantly chasing the next pink and purple high on social media or wherever, this text reminds us there's real power in the unscheduled, the muted, the gray bits. That time you spend just, I don't know, folding laundry or staring out the window, it's not wasted.
McLean suggests it's required for reflection.
Right.
And that reflection isn't just about, navel gazing. It seems to have a very clear goal,
Yep.
emotionally and relationally. The source explicitly links reflection with something else.
Oh, yeah.
It says a collection of images and intimate connection.
Ah, okay. That pairing is fascinating. So it's not just about thinking deep thoughts in isolation. It's about connection, too.
Which implies the insights you gather during that stillness. They're meant to be applied somehow, outwardly.
They must be right. The high energy of the upbeat magic is great for, maybe, surface interaction.
Yeah.
Shared laughs, shared experiences, that kind of thing.
Sure. Fun, but maybe not deep.
Exactly. But to get to intimate connection, whether that's with another person or even just with your own inner self, you need the space and time the gray days provide.
Because intimacy is built on deep understanding, isn't it?
Yeah.
And deep understanding really only comes from reflection, taking the time to process.
So if I'm following the poetic logic here, you need that collection of images, the processed memories, the understood experiences before you can truly connect intimately.
That seems to be the idea.
The gray days act as the catalyst then. They translate the raw, high-energy experience into wisdom you can actually use and share.
That's the synthesis, I think. Without the gray days, the beautiful oranges, pinks, and purples of life might just flash by. Enjoyable, sure, but ultimately unprocessed noise. The gray day lets that noise settle, lets it become clear, audible insight.
And what really strikes me is how Alison McLean makes sure we don't miss this. It's not subtle. It's a declaration.
Definitely not subtle.
The final lines of the text just hammer this home, repeating the thesis 3 times back to back. It's those gray days that bring great reflection that, again, and again.
Yes, that powerful, almost chant-like repetition at the end. It really underscores how vital the author believes these quiet moments are. It feels like a creed almost, something she wants us to internalize.
It's like she's trying to counter-program our cultural instinct.
Exactly. Our instinct is to dismiss the gray, to fill it up. By repeating it 3 times, she's saying, no, listen, this isn't optional. This is fundamental.
So this deep dive into gray days really gives us a powerful tool for reframing, doesn't it? The author isn't dismissing the magic or excitement.
No, not at all.
Those moments set the stage, provide the raw material. But the ultimate value, the path to genuine intimacy, that seems to lie not in the rush, but in the quiet time.
The gray isn't bad. The gray is essential.
That's the core message.
So what does this all mean for you, listening right now? If we accept that these gray days are necessary for great reflection and for achieving intimate connection, well, it leads to a final thought. A provocative one, maybe, building on this text.
Okay, let's hear it. This is where it gets really interesting.
If we take McLean's premise seriously that we need these muted, less demanding moments for true processing, then it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What immediate collection of images, what potential moments of deep understanding are we actually missing, overlooking? During our most exciting, most colorful moments, the very moments we're often busy capturing, posting, sharing, are we missing the chance to process them because we haven't allowed ourselves that necessary stillness afterwards?
We might be chasing the high?
But ignoring the harvest, something to think about perhaps, the next time the sky looks a little muted and your schedule suddenly has an unexpected, quiet, gray gap in it.